Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gun Breakdown, a Beginner's Guide. I'm Jonathan, and today we're going to be talking about a new series. Today we're going to be talking about my review and thoughts on the Smith Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 380 pistol. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so this pistol is going to run you about 420 bucks, about 450, 460 after taxes. It does come with a 10 round flush fit magazine, and it also comes with a 12 round magazine that has the extended grip on it. So this is chambered in 380 ACP for those of you who need to know what cartridge to get for it. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready to shoot it. But before we do that, we're going to talk about some of the new and improved stuff on the 2.0. We have more aggressive serrations right here on the front and on the back, which is really nice on the firearm. It does make grabbing it so much easier. We do have the new flat trigger, which is nice. It's a much more crisp. It has a shorter reset on it, which is quite nice. And the grip definitely feels more like the subcompact M&P Shield. So it does fit in your hand kind of nice, unless if you're using the extended magazine or with the extended grip, you'll be able to wrap your pinky around it. But if you have smaller hands, that'll be fine. And yeah, let's go ahead and get right into some shooting. It also has a viewport. It also has a viewport on the top side as well for you to be able to look into it and see. All right, let's go ahead and shoot it and see what we think. All right, first round, we got a, there we go. All right, not bad. So it's not bad. Let's go ahead and clear this really quick. I see nothing, I feel nothing. Chamber is clear, weapon's clear. So I will say this. So I'll say this about the firearm so far. My first thoughts on it is that it feels great in my hand. I didn't feel it bouncing around everywhere in my hand. I will say that it's a little bit snappy, a little bit more so that I would like, but it's still 380, so it's still not bad. It's still easily manageable, easy to handle. There's nothing really wrong with it at all. I will say this, I certainly think it's worth the money if you're wanting something like a micro pistol, something small that's super easy to conceal and carry. You know, you're not going to really be worrying about printing. See, look, I have a larger size hand, and my whole hand just covers this up just perfectly. So I will say I think this is a solid firearm. I really do enjoy it, and we're going to shoot it a little bit more and see if we change our thoughts on it. And then now this is with the extended grip on it. All right, brass check. Okay. All right. Okay. So far, out of about 20, At about a little over 20 rounds, we've already had a couple of misfires. I will say this is a new firearm. It still has to be broken in, but I still don't think it's a bad firearm. I think once it gets broken in, I think it'll be absolutely fine. I don't think there'll be any issues with it. I'm going to go ahead and break this down again for you guys. So, I had one YouTuber commented he was having issues with the guide rod, putting it back together. I will say I actually had the same issue as well, putting it back together just from field stripping it. So you have to make sure that the guide rod is lined up just right. It's kind of finicky. I will say that it's a little bit finicky. So you are going to want to make sure that you line it up right. Don't get frustrated with it. Just try to turn it around inside of the hole that the guide rod sits in, and then you're going to have to really put some pressure on it with your thumb. And yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go ahead and remove the source of ammunition. We're going to take out the magazine, set that down. We're going to do a physical and visual inspection of the chamber. I see nothing, I feel nothing, the weapon is clear. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn our slide lock lever down 90 degrees clockwise. We're going to rack the slide, and then we're going to pull the trigger to get the slide off. We're going to set down our trigger housing groove. And then now to our guide rod and our spring. So it does come out, I will say it does come out quite easily, but as far as getting it back in, it can be, like I said earlier, it can be a little bit finicky. You do have to have a little bit of patience with it because it can be kind of a pain in the ass to put it back together. So we're going to go ahead, and you also want to make sure that you set your flange right here. You want to make sure you set your flange right here into this part right here of your barrel, where your correction, yeah, right there, where your it's hard to see because of the glare, where your guide rod sets. So we're going to put that back in, and then we're going to put a little bit of pressure on it with our thumb to get that set into the right spot. Okay, and now that we have that, this is what it'll look like when it's setting in the right spot. Also, if you're having trouble with it, you don't have to hold it upside down like I do, because obviously that'll just make the barrel slide forward. So you can keep some pressure on it, or you can hold it down like this horizontally and then put in your guide rod and spring. So you'll put that in, and there we go. We'll set that right there. We want to make sure that the guide rod is perfectly spaced in the middle. We're trying to make sure that it's not too far to the right side or to the left side, because it won't be able to go back in if you have it too far over to the side. It also just means it's not setting in the right place either. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to put this back on all the way. We're going to rack our slide, hold that to the rear. We're going to flip our slide lock lever 90 degrees counterclockwise, and then we're going to send our slide forward. Now, if you watch the other videos, they'll teach you how to do a functions check. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to shoot this a little bit more. But yeah, that is the breakdown again of the Smith Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 pistol. And just remember, you can have issues with feeding, especially with new firearms. Sometimes it just happens, like my Glock that I carried, my Glock 19 that I carry. When I first got it, I was having issues with it, yeah, with my Glock 19, I was having some issues with it. It just wasn't cycling rounds properly. It even just a shitty steel case rounds that I had, it wasn't cycling those properly. But after I've broken it in, I normally just shoot with brass or aluminum. I don't generally use steel case because I don't like to beat down my extractor. But I will say that using it, I noticed that it was kind of touchy. It was kind of touchy with steel case. My Walther PDP, that was touchy with steel case. That didn't really work. I haven't used any steel case on this. I'm using brass for my Smith Wesson Bodyguard. Yeah, I will say it's my overall opinion. I think it's a really fun firearm. I certainly enjoy shooting it just now. And after this video, I'm going to shoot it some more to try to get it broken in a little bit more, and try to make sure that it cycles properly. So far, we've only had three. Uh, we've only had three misfires with the firearm. But other than that, I would say the firearm is just fine. I didn't have any issues with it or anything like that, other than just the cycling of the weapon. Yeah, I certainly think it's a neat little pistol. I think it's absolutely, like I said, I think it's worth the money, but you also need to make sure that you break it in as well. And yeah, that's my thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much for joining me today on the channel, and I hope you all stay safe, take care, and carry every day.